Hi, my name is Sydney, and today I'll be talking about the video titled Energy and Work. I think, yeah, Energy and Work. So the video started off by talking about how for thousands of years, human muscle has powered the world. Humans built monuments and harvested land and crops and lifted stones and did all the heavy lifting for everything pretty much. But once humans unlocked the power of like energy, everything changed. Energy transformed our jobs and our daily lives and created cities and things like that, and reshaped what work means. So before machines, humans were the machines pretty much. Sorry, I keep itching my nose. I got a hair or something. But humans were the machines. Energy was food pretty much, to give your strength back after a long day of working. Humans built the pyramids and aqueducts and cathedrals, which required an unimaginable amount of work and over a long period of time. And oftentimes, the people building these big monuments and structures were forced or enslaved, and forced to work to build these things. And to move heavier things, humans often used like animals, the power of animals. So like horses to pull things, same with like mules and donkeys. Humans also use like things like windmills and water wheels, but even with all of this, energy was still pretty limited, and life was pretty hard at this time. So in the 1700s, coal and steam changed the game pretty much. Machines that were powered off of coal and steam were replaced for human muscle. And factories replaced farms, and cities replaced small villages and rural communities. So production soared because of this, and a lot of money was made during this time. But these big corporations weren't really using their profits to pay their workers right. A lot of children worked in these factories, and were doing really dangerous jobs and working with dangerous machinery, like small children to like 5-year-olds. Miners who worked in the coal mines risked their lives literally daily, dealing with like the potential of like explosions and just getting black lung one day, like things like that. The mine tunnels collapsing, just, it was crazy. There were no safety rules during this time. People were paid horribly for the amount of work that they were putting in day to day, like the back-breaking labor that they were putting in day to day. They were not getting properly compensated for their work at all. People didn't have benefits, no health care, no sick leave, nothing like that, and people didn't get breaks. So corporations did not care about the people that they were using to make insane amounts of money during this time. Energy completely shifted the way we think about work, and workers demanded to change due to the way that they were being treated. So a lot of like unions came out of this era to help unite workers to fight for just fair living wages and reasonable hours. They fought for an 8-hour workday, 8 hours of rest, and 8 hours of recreation. And this is how the 40-hour work week was created. And obviously, like, eventually, these unions started harping on child labor finally, and, you know, we're like, let's get these 5-year-olds out of these factories. I don't know who thought that was a good idea, like, ever. That's crazy. But then the video started talking about electricity and how electricity changed the game even more. So electricity and oil kind of go hand in hand. Oil and electricity brought in a lot of new jobs, like engineering, factory managers, clerks. A lot of like office life was replaced and automized, and cities were growing like exponentially at this time, because everybody wanted to go to the city where all the money and all the jobs were. So energy just didn't change how we view work and how we work. It also changed where we live, what we buy, and how we dream for a future. So like back before all these like industrial revolutions and things like that, you know, the dream was to have land and to pass it down to your children, and now the dream has turned more to moving to a city and having a good high paying job and things like that. So thinking about like this in the context of today, especially with like the creation of AI and how like even our like thought is trying to be automized, I guess, and done by machines is really odd. I don't know, because machines were used to, I guess, take the burden off of humans for physical labor, and then it just, everything else kept getting automized and after that, and is thinking now like considered a burden where people are having to turn to like digital what's the word? I don't know what I'm trying to say. But like we're turning to AI to think for us and do creative things, when that's what makes humans human, is our ability to think and create things based off of like lived experiences and things like that. So yeah, that's just interesting to think about the future of humanity with the ever increasing like inventions and automizations with technology and things like that. So it's kind of scary, but yeah, thank you.